How Do Dinosaurs Get Well Soon? By Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. How are you today, my friends? How are you today? I hope that you're okay, my friends. Oh, deep in my heart, I want to say, I hope that you're okay today. Hi. It's been quite a day today. Has it been quite a day for you? So many people have started going back to school, and there's a lot of new ways of doing things and anxiety or worry, right? The Gerald, Elephant and Piggy, Gerald worries about wearing masks and washing hands, and we've had these conversations, but today was a really, really rough day. And I was going to read, you'll remember, I was going to read Don't Touch My Hair, which is a beautiful, beautiful book that I am going to read tomorrow. The book I want to read today is a very special book from my friend Theo. I saw my friend Theo today, and when I left my friend Theo had found a worm outside and was having a lovely time with his friends and with his teachers. Now, Theo and his brother Emmett love dinosaurs. And so I wanted to read this book, How Do Dinosaurs Get Well Soon? Because the illustrations are very, very funny and whimsical, but also realistic. These are all very real dinosaurs. And if you'll see, on the splash page are the names of all of the dinosaurs. Now, I'm sure Emmett knows the names of all of these dinosaurs. And in fact, I bet Theo knows all the names of these dinosaurs. And when Mr. Greg says the name of some of these dinosaurs, it's going to be all wrong. Do you know why? Because some dinosaur names have like 5 or 6 or 7 syllables. Like, that's a lot of syllables. Da, 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 da. And there's a lot of consonants and vowels, and they're very difficult to read. But I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it with this book. So let's have a look at the splash page. My friends, Theo and Emmett, and of course all of you. This is just a special treat I wanted to do today for my friend Theo because I did not get to read a dinosaur book with him today, and it's what I wanted to do. So we all get to read a dinosaur book together. Cool? Cool. All right, splash page. All right, here we go. Here is Mr. Greg looking under his glasses because he cannot read and will not get bifocals. Here we go. Look at this guy. This is Euplocephalus. And then here we have Carnotaurus. And then here we have Tropiagnathus. Here, I know this one, Parasaurolophus. I used to not be able to say that name. I know this one. Used to also not be able to say this name, but I've practiced. Brachiosaurus. Aha. Here is Dilophosaurus. Or Dilophosaurus. Well, this is a bit of a silly one. Gallimimus. Gallimimus. Yes. Ooh, Styracosaurus. We all know this one, I think, from the Jurassic Park movies, and in particular Jurassic Park 2, Velociraptor. And then this one is the toughest one for me. I'm going to say this wrong. Tuojiangosaurus. I apologize, Tuojiangosaurus, for having mispronounced your name. It is a beautiful splash page, though. Oh, and here we have this page with a dinosaur having a lovely cup of soup and roses next to the bed and a get well soon card and a blanket. So lovely whenever I'm feeling sick to have a warm bed and people who tell me or wishing me to get well, and I have tissues and soup, even flowers. And then the next page, oh my, we have an entire dinosaur going to a doctor's office. Now, this is a nurse's office in a school. Of course, this book is not real because A, dinosaurs are no longer alive, although you could argue that chickens are dinosaurs, could you not? But I will not. This book is a fantasy. Okay. What if a dinosaur catches the flu? Does he whimper and whine in between each achoo? And here, see, this is a little backpack and a big dinosaur. And I love how our author and our illustrator give us the names on every page. Styracosaurus. See, and Styracosaurus has a human mommy and a human nurse. So I think Styracosaurus is actually a child. But it's a dinosaur. Does he drop dirty tissues all over the floor? Let's see where his name is. There it is. Gallimimus. He has a beautiful stuffed bunny and a castle. See, this book has been well loved with tape. See, and Gallimimus has a human daddy. And a football that if Gallimimus actually used his clawed hands to grab a football, what do you think would happen? Pop! That's what I think would happen. Does he fling all his medicine out of the door? And we see here, as the cat runs out of the door, that is Parasaurolophus. Does he flip off his covers with tooth and with tail? The cat is a bit frightened under the bed of Euplocephalus. Euplocephalus has a coloring book. And look at this tiny pair of shoes, which absolutely would never fit on those feet. And look at that very large tail. Whew, that would hurt if it accidentally hit me in the foot. Does he dump out his juice and get sick in a pail? That's Brachiosaurus, whose neck is so long he can't even fit on these pages. His neck goes all the way up here. It's a very long neck. Brachiosaurus, of course, is an herbivore. He eats only plants. Does a dinosaur wail? And that's Dilophosaurus. And then we have a dog in this. I like all the pets. And here we have a frog. Get to the dinosaur. Oh my goodness, so dramatic. He's wailing. Oh, mama, it hurts so bad. Sometimes when I'm feeling sick and very emotional and very sad, I wail. I do. What if a dinosaur goes to the dock? Does he drag all his feet till his mom is in shock? All his feet, all four. Oh. See here, mommy looks a little bit frustrated, and I understand that. Will you see that face? I think the thing is, this really is much like a human being. Do you remember the word we used for that? Anthropomorphizing. This book is actually taking a dinosaur and giving it human parents and then human emotions. And I know that sometimes I don't want to take my medicine. This is a fact if it's gross. And I've thrown it. I know it's not my mommy's favorite thing that I've ever done. And I know that medicine makes me feel better, but sometimes it's really gross and I just don't want to have it. And sometimes I don't want the blankets on, but then I want the blankets on, but then I don't want the blankets on. Right? Because if you're sick, you're hot, you're cold. And sometimes you have to throw up. And you don't want to drink juice. You can't drink juice. You're going to throw up. And sometimes you just want to cry. You just don't want to be in bed. It just feels so horrible. Right? And sometimes you don't want to go in the doctor. I just want all of you dinosaurs to know that this is very, very understandable, reasonable behavior and decisions. It's very scary going to the doctor sometimes. Does he hold his mouth closed when the doctor says open wide? I mean, I've done that before. Of course it's best to open wide because then the doctor can see why I'm sick. But this Carnotaurus, I'm assuming he's a carnivore because right in his name, Carnotaurus, right? Carnivore means eats meat, only meat. Does he scream? Is he mean? Does he run off and hide? I don't know if he's being mean. Do you? He might be hiding. Have you ever tried to hide from mommy or daddy or a teacher or the doctor? All right? Because sometimes some very scary things or you just feel like I want to be alone. Anyway. Does he push back each drink, spit pills in the sink? Does he make a big stink? Is that what you think? And this is, of course, Tropegnathus. Tropegnathus. No. Now the book's going to tell us all of the things that dinosaurs do. He drinks lots of juice and he gets lots of rest. He's good at the doctors because doctors know best. And it's true. But don't forget, please don't forget, it is very scary going into the doctor's office. And sometimes some very scary things can happen. For example, I remember when I was much younger, I really didn't like to get shots. I got my flu vaccine very recently in this arm. And today, I'm very good with getting shots. I can even look. I used to not be able to look. But when I was very young, I couldn't get shots at all. And the reason I couldn't get shots at all is because I was super duper afraid of the pain, even though it wasn't that bad, but it was just thinking about it, it got really bad. And then they had to usually have 2 or 3 or 4 nurses plus a doctor help to give me a shot. I want you to know that it's lovely that this dinosaur understands that drinking juice and that the doctor knows best. It is. And I learned that as well eventually. He uses a hanky on mouth and on nose, and he snuggles right down underneath the bedclothes. Yeah. This is Velociraptor, by the way. You can see it says Velociraptor right there. Yeah. He takes all his medicine without a fight. That was not Mr. Gregory. All right. Of course, here we have Diplodocus. Again, very long neck, yeah? Neck doesn't even fit on the page. He closes his eyes and he whispers goodnight. Then Mama and Papa tiptoe out the door. Get well. Get well, little dinosaur. I really love these illustrations, and I love how on the splash page, this is the same splash page as on the front, so there's no new dinosaurs. There are no new dinosaurs. And the interesting thing is, the story is telling us, of course, that we should listen to mommy and daddy, that we should take our medicine all the time, that we should go to the doctors and do everything that the doctor tells us to do, that we should be very brave even when we're feeling sick, and sometimes that's really difficult is all I'm saying, right? Do you understand? And that's why I appreciate at the beginning of the book we get to see all of these very, very understandable things. If I have a runny nose and a headache and a sore throat and I'm throwing up and I don't want to drink juice and I don't want to blow my nose again because my nose is getting crusty and it's bleeding a little bit. I understand why that's happening, and it's certainly not easy for mommies and daddies and doctors and aunties and aunties and all of the people and teachers. but it's understandable. I think you understand that, Theo, and Emmett, and everybody. But I wanted to read this book with you, Theo, because we didn't get to read a dinosaur book today. I super look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll probably see you Thursday as well. That goes for Theo, and that goes for everybody. I feel like we're going to get right back on this tomorrow with Don't Touch My Hair, which is a book that really I take to my heart, because Mr. Greg really doesn't love when people touch not just my hair, but anywhere on my face or certainly my glasses. Really cool with people snuggling and huggling and legs and wrestling, but the face, I don't like it when people touch my hair and my face. And that's what this book is going to be. You can see all of those hands trying to touch this young lady. Don't touch my hair. That'll be tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Love yins. Talk to you later.